speaking of center type players, guess who the Cavs finally acquired after we talked about it for 18 months? Larry Nance Jr.
This
is amazing.
Nance Jr.
Thank you.
Such a good signing for Cleveland. I think Cleveland has done an amazing job this offseason. They are very clearly the pick to come out of the East, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yes.
Like all due respect to the Knicks, all due respect to Atlanta and Orlando. And look, maybe this is just me loving the three guys that they brought in. Like unconditionally.
You're right. I am like in love with this Hawks team right now, but it would be crazy for me to say they're their favorites. Like I'm just kind of in love with what they're doing and building there, but you're right. It is Cleveland. So carry on.
The Cleveland Cavaliers have acquired Lonzo Ball for Isaac Okoro. A great deal, right? They have signed Sam Merrill to a, 3-year, $38 or so million deal.
4-year, right?
4-year. I'm sorry. It's 4. You're absolutely right. It's 4. And they signed Larry Nance to a 1-year minimum deal. And Larry Nance is the perfect big for this team. You cannot find a perfect big. You cannot find a more perfect big for them. He can play a little bit of the 4. He can play a little bit of the 5. He is able to play with both Evan Mobley and he's able to play with Jared Allen. He is somebody who is flexible in terms of role. He is really smart. He moves the ball incredibly quickly. This is a home run signing. Now, the issue that I will say is that Larry Nance occasionally deals with injuries. Lonzo Ball can deal with injuries, right? But when Larry Nance is on the court, he is an impactful player for teams. Every single time he's on the court, he's an incredibly valuable player for basketball teams.
Yeah, no, we've been talking about this for a while that this has been my biggest issue with Cleveland is not just getting, I guess you would call it a third big, right? Because Jared Allen's your starting center, Mobley's your backup center. I think every team needs to fill their third center spot in some capacity, right? We'll talk about one. I didn't like how much money a team gave their third center because I thought it was too much. But in Larry Nance here at this number to be the third center on the Cavs makes a ton of sense. I really like Sam Merrill. If people want to see it, I broke it down because I thought he was an option for Detroit. Like the way this offseason has played out for Detroit, they really could have used him. But Cleveland was smart and brought him back before any of that could happen. I have a whole video breakdown on him on the Substack. You can go check it out, including the defensive end. And then if healthy, Lonzo Ball. I love Ty Jerome, Sam. I love Ty Jerome. But in a playoff setting on this Cavaliers team, I think Lonzo Ball probably makes more sense than Ty Jerome. And we saw that play out last year in the playoffs on this Cavs team because Lonzo is better playing off of Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell in a playoff setting if healthy. If somebody wants to be like, he's never healthy, fine. I'll hear that out. But if they can keep him healthy and they can limit his minutes, right? I feel like they have the depth to do that during the regular season with a Craig Porter Jr. So you can limit his minutes in the regular season, almost do what the Thunder did with Alex Caruso.
Alex Caruso, who, by the way, on Alex Caruso,
didn't get traded for a draft pick either. Good job, Chicago.
Literally, Chicago gearing up potentially the Eastern Conference and Western Conference, title teams in back-to-back years with perfect role players for their team.
Here's what
I adore it
for Chicago is like the one positive thing we've said on this podcast in 18 months about them is they gave Lonzo a good contract and then they immediately trade it 12 months later. Amazing work.
Oh, it wasn't even 12 months. Like that extension just happened.
Oh no. Yeah. So it was 6 months.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it is, it's something. That's for sure. Shout out to Chicago Bulls, man. They, hey, the good thing for them is that the Giddey number probably goes down by the day because Brooklyn does not have space right now. They can obviously get space though, if they want to. So I don't know that Chicago's totally out of the woods there, but yeah, I love what Cleveland has done. Like you said, they're going to be able to play Lonzo Ball 15 to 20 minutes a night. The other sneaky thing that Cleveland did, by the way, was they orchestrated the drop from Tyrese Proctor too. by letting agents know ahead of the draft that they were rostering their player at 49, they were able to get to a circumstance where whoever fell into the second round, like Proctor was on the board for a couple teams at the bottom of the first round. Because of the extra night between the draft, Proctor's representation was able to like kind of go to work and be like, all right, who's rostering their player? Cavs were at 49. They were able to orchestrate the drop down to 49.
Yeah.
I had Proctor at like 35 on my board. I'm not sitting here saying that like he's a guy that's going to be able to eat into a real rotation role from day one in Cleveland, but he might be able to play 500 minutes for them next year.
Yeah.
And just like, make it so Lonzo Ball doesn't have to put 500 more minutes on his body over the course of the entire season, right? And then be a little bit less able to play in the playoffs at the end of the day. Even just like small stuff like that. I love everything Cleveland has done on the margins this summer, from the Larry Nance deal, which is a perfect third big for them, to retaining Sam Merrill over Ty Jerome. I think that was the right choice. To even just this like Lonzo for Isaac Okoro deal, in the smallest move, which was number 49 overall with Tyrese Proctor. I think that they absolutely have nailed this offseason. Like there's, and shout out to Dan Gilbert for being willing to pay. Like this team is going to be expensive. It's going to be wild. It's going to be really aggressive. But man, if he's willing to pay it, and he's willing to throw out $90 million in a tax payment, which is what it's currently projected at right now, with them having 15 guys or 14 guys on the roster, so they can be done if they want to. An absolute home run to me for Cleveland this summer.
And this is what the business you should do whenever you're a real title contender. And they absolutely are. And we talked about this the other day with the LeBron stuff. Why make a move for LeBron whenever you're probably already, if you're not the favorite, you're one of the favorites in the Eastern Conference. So run it back. Thought they made some, like you said, some nice moves here. And yeah, they would probably be my pick right now, to be honest with you, Sam.
They would be my pick in the East for sure right now. I feel great about where they're at. We'll see if the Knicks hire like a really good coach.
Sure.
Maybe we'll see, but I would pick Cleveland right now pretty comfortably.